advantage when you got these home opportunities. Chance to get 2 wins here at home against Youngstown today. So I'm sure the Titans are going to be looking forward to coming in here, taking care of business, and protecting the home court.
Youngstown State coming off of a 75-74 win over Oakland in their last contest. Here's their starting 5. Jelani Simmons is the guard alongside a couple of others. Garrett Covington, the sophomore, who averages in double figures. Down low, it's Nazba Hannon and John Sally Jr. And the guard and the focal point of this Penguins offense, Darius Quisenberry, who scored 23 points at Oakland in that upset of the Golden Grizzlies.
Yeah, well, Quisenberry is a guy they really have to pay close attention to. You know, Antoine Davis has been the talk of the league, but Quisenberry is not far behind. He can shoot the basketball. He's got the quickness to get to the basket, and this team pretty much goes as Quisenberry goes. So that's a guy they'll have to slow down here this afternoon.
Speaking of guys you have to slow down, let's take a look at the Detroit Mercy lineup. I think you know where this is going. We'll take a look at the backcourt first. The combo guard is Marquise Moore. The true freshman is flanked by Josh McFauley. Also down low, Gerald Blackshear Jr. and Willie Isiani, who started to come on strong, but nobody has come on stronger than Antoine Davis, who's averaged.
Team can be victorious, so you have to be ready to play and bring your A game every single night.
We're ready for the tip-off. Gerald Blackshear against John Sally Jr. Our head official is Edwin Young. The ball is tipped. It's controlled by Detroit Mercy, and we are underway. So glad to have you along with us here on Saturday afternoon. Good crowd here at Callahan Hall for this Saturday matinee. Detroit Mercy starts with the basketball, and now we get our first look at Antoine Davis. We'll get it to Marquise Moore. They'll throw up the lob, and Gerald Blackshear is able to catch it and teardrop it in from the baseline. Well, that's a good offense to start things out away from Davis.
That's great because Blackshear had a great game, and to get off to that first basket right there, if he can repeat what he did last game, it will be great for the Titans here this afternoon.
Youngstown State with the basketball. As you can see them in their road red jerseys today. Titans in their home whites. Garrett Covington with the basketball at the top. Darius Quisenberry, they get it down low. Sally shoots and misses. A little too strong off the back iron. Rebound, Detroit Mercy. Just for the record, he's not that John Sally Jr. Antoine Davis with the basketball to the basket. Gets his pass taken away. Knocked away by Jelani Simmons. Quickly with numbers, Quisenberry attacks the basket to lay it up. Blocked from behind, but a goaltend.
Wow, Blackshear is trying to get down, but Quisenberry put the afterburners on that time. Getting to the basket, you know, extremely well. That's his advantage because he can definitely take the ball off the dribble and get there. And that time, Blackshear wasn't able to get back. Goaltending call.
So he has gotten the first bucket for the Titans. He has goaltended the other one. So far, Gerald with some early run. Marquise Moore looks at a corner three. Got it.
Man, and that's a shot right there that Marquise Moore's got to learn to knock down. He's been hesitant to take that 15-footer. You know, last game he started off with a shot like that. Hopefully he can continue to knock down those open shots.
Some guys put up the 3 symbol. He was playing a guitar as he strolled back on defense. Meanwhile, they get it down low. Youngstown State, they kick out now, and Covington gets it left side of Simmons to the baseline. Down the lane, quickly kicking out is Nazba Hannon. Back to Covington for 3, missed it. Rebound, Detroit Mercy. There's Antoine Davis. And now the Titans have a possession. Willie Isiani is starting to get more and more comfortable. Had a career-high 20 against IUPUI a week ago today. A bump at the top and a give to McFauley. Far side, Marquise Moore. Why not a corner 3 again? This one halfway down and popped out.
Good shot, and it's good to see that he's not afraid to take that shot. No hesitation, in and out of the basket.
Now Quisenberry lines up a long gun, missed everything, and it comes down to Detroit Mercy. Well, the more we see Marquise Moore play, the more comfortable he seems to get.
Well, he's definitely showed flashes of what he can do, and hopefully he continues to get better.
Took contact there, no whistle, as the ball is dropped and fumbled away to an open Davis for 3. Off the back iron, rebound Youngstown State. Free possession there for Detroit Mercy after Youngstown State stumbled coming back on defense.
Well, you want to try to take advantage of those opportunities right there. It's an easy shot. Antoine Davis always knocks that shot down just a little long that time.
That was Nazba Hannon, who now has the basketball, strong to the basket, lays it up, missed it, but a foul would be on Willie Isiani. Titans did not see Nazba Hannon the last time these two teams played. And that was part of the equation as to how Detroit Mercy was able to escape with a road victory. They won 78-66 in that contest at Youngstown State. So a little bit of a different look, and obviously some momentum for Youngstown after their win over Oakland.
Oh, no doubt. You know, they're struggling record-wise, but you can see it's a young team, a team that's going to get better as the season go on.
First free throw is good for Bohannon, and at the same token, probably a little bit irritated, maybe perhaps desperate after losing to Cleveland State and giving them their first Horizon League victory of the year.
Yeah, going into a place like Oakland can definitely build your confidence. And Oakland's off to a good start this year. They were able to sneak one out of Oakland. That's a big win for them.
No issues if anyone wants to beat the Golden Grizzlies. Here's the next free throw. This one's in for Naz Bohannon. The sophomore out of Lorraine, averaging 7 points, 9 boards a game. Titans with a 1-point lead, 5-4. 17-10 to go in the first half. Josh McFarley with the basketball. Had a good start before the injury. Knocked him out of the contest on Thursday. Hit a couple of threes. Marquise Moore gets it at the free throw line. Puts it down. A little move on a step. Flips it up. Rolls around. Offensive rebound. Blackshear. And he throws it away. Here comes Youngstown State. Covington far side, all the way to the basket, laying it up and in is Naz Bohannon.
Well, right away you see the double teams on Antoine Davis. Two guys coming at him and they're shuttling him all the way down the floor. When he touches the basketball, and Marquise had the wide open shot in the middle of that time. He's got to be able to take that shot.
Bohannon played his high school ball at Lorraine High School. Was a first-team selection from the AP in Ohio. Meanwhile, away from the ball, we get a whistle and a foul. This is Youngstown State's Jelani Simmons, the freshman out of Columbus, who came in with some billing of his own.
Well, he's got a nice outside stroke. He can shoot the basketball. He's a guy, especially in the zone defense, you have to pay attention to, because if he's wide open, he'll definitely knock it down.
Haven't seen anything yet from Antoine Davis offensively. See if they get him an opportunity. A corner look for three. That's one off the back iron. Rebound handled and lost out of bounds. Last touch by Youngstown. So it stays with Detroit Mercy.
Good Marquise Morris. A lot of credit for going strong right there and going after that board. By him just going after it and attacking it, it was knocked out by Georgetown. Titans get another possession.
Substitution, Blackshear will take a seat. In comes Darian King. He had a very strong game coming off the bench after many games in a row as a starter. 13 points, 8 boards. Meanwhile, Antoine Davis gets a long two from the far side, bangs it off the iron, and it's rebounded by Youngstown. They have it now up by one. A three from the near side. Jelani Simmons comes up empty. Rebound Detroit Mercy. Marquise Moore always seems to find himself in the right spot under the hoop. Here's Antoine now. They're double teaming him, and he lost the handle. Taken away. This time it's Simmons to the basket. Lays it up. Lays it in.
Well, that's what he's going to be faced with. Just about every afternoon, every night that he plays, they'll run two people at him. And that time they were able to get the ball out of his hands.
I still think we need to get Antoine Davis a tearaway jersey. Far side look, Marquise Moore, a three on the way. This one off the back iron. Rebound Youngstown. Here come the Penguins now, leading by 3. Under 16 to go here in the first. Quisenberry, a lob down low to John Sally Jr. out to Bohannon, who went to the basket, but he used an off arm on the way to it and committed an offensive foul. That brings us to a TV timeout. 15:33 to go. Penguins with an 8-5 lead over Detroit Mercy. This is Detroit Titans' solid start. They're seeing a lot of that similar defense played against Antoine Davis as we've seen in recent games where it's been a double team the second he gets the basketball.
Well, he's done a good job of getting ready to find the open guy. His teammates just have to be ready to shoot the basketball when they're open.
Marquise Moore has it this time. He goes to the basket. He runs into contact and draws a foul. So Marquise Moore gets a Youngstown State foul. That's on Garrett Covington.
Well, Marquise Moore is not hesitating. He seems pretty confident in his offense. That time putting it down, knowing what he wants to do. And he has to make those decisions quick when those opportunities present themselves.
We've talked to the head coach, Mike Davis, about him a ton. One thing that stands out, he trusts Marquise Moore, which is a lot for a true freshman. He has the basketball on the baseline and kicks out to Darian King. Left side, Isiani. Around the world we go to an open McFarley three. Halfway down, came out. Youngstown gets the rebound and has the basketball with 15:08 to go. 8-5 Youngstown on top. Garrett Covington with it. They go to the baseline. They get it down low. Titans wanted a 3-second call. It goes out to an open Covington. Three ball, missed it. Sally, an offensive rebound for Youngstown. Open Simmons for three. That's good.
Well, that's an area where the Titans really have to improve on, and that's on the offensive boards down there. Second shot cost him that time. Simmons was able to get that second shot, knocked it down.
Sally coming off a nice day, getting a start against Oakland as Antoine Davis gets a call, a whistle, and a foul on the floor. It's already the 4th team foul on Youngstown. And I think that's one thing I've noticed about Detroit Mercy this year. When things are going right for them, they're getting a lot of fouls accumulated against the other team.
There's no doubt. They're looking to take the ball to the basketball. And Antoine, he's done a good job last game, drew a lot of fouls right there. And the more they look to attack and not settle for the threes, the better opportunities they're going to get fouls and get calls.
Ball inbounded to Antoine. Let's see if we can get him his first field goal. A long three. This one missed everything and goes out of bounds.
Well, struggling thus far in this game right here. His first 4 attempts not able to knock down any shots, and that's a little unusual for him, but I'm sure that he'll catch on.
Went 1 for 10 from three-point land back on Thursday, 6 of 22 from the field. Still had 29 points. Naz Bohannon kicks out. And now Youngstown State looks for a way to penetrate that Detroit Mercy zone. They go down low and they lose the handle momentarily. Ball on the floor picked out, and John Sally Jr. is able to lay it up and in. A sloppy possession still turns into points for the Penguins.
Yeah, he was off balance on that shot there. Was able to find that glass though, and it fell down for him.
11 straight points for the Penguins. Josh McFarley tries to change it. Halfway down, rolls around, comes out, rebound. Good. That's Youngstown. Boy, and Detroit Mercy is 1 for their first 7 from 3. 2 of 12 overall. Slow start for Detroit Mercy today.
Josh and Antoine off to a tough start here early in this game.
And down low they go. They get it to Bohannon. Titans didn't see him the last time these two teams played. He's already made his presence felt. Quisenberry a kick out towards the baseline as Isiani falls down. Shot goes up, and on the way to the basket, a travel and a turnover. So if nothing else, Detroit Mercy able to get it back, avoid giving up a few more points as Marquise Moore checks out. Lamar Hamrick, who really does bring kind of a versatile game to this Detroit Mercy team, checks in for the first time.
He's another young player that's kind of finding his way. Not a lot of expression out there on the court, but he's definitely an athlete and definitely can play the game.
McFarley with the basketball, wanted to get it to Antoine Davis. Instead, they'll keep it up top with Darian King. Lamar Hamrick gets it, runs to the baseline, flips it up and scores. Lamar Hamrick took some contact there as he's been able to continue playing. A pretty nice stretch for him. Titans now down 6.
It's a big basket right there for the Titans. They need to put something on the board. Nice drive by Lamar that time.
He might be just as good of a defender as he is at taking the ball to the rack. Youngstown has it. They kick it back out. As Donnell Cathcart checks in for the first time. Open Simmons for 3. That one no good. A rebound Detroit Mercy. And maybe now the Titans can start to turn the tide. A whistle and a foul called as Antoine Davis strikes to the basket. That's a Jelani Simmons foul. And that'll be his second, considering he's currently the leading scorer for Youngstown. That sends him to the bench and is good news for Detroit Mercy.
Well, both teams starting off a little cold here this afternoon. I don't know if it's because of a 1 o'clock game or what it is, but the outside shooting has been pretty cold for both teams thus far.
Antoine the inbound for the Titans, who are 6-4 in Horizon League play after their win. Isiani gets a look at 3. He hits it. Yes, sir, Willie Isiani. That's a smooth stroke.
I don't know if he called that one or not, but it hit the backboard and banked in, though, but I'm sure he'll take it.
Some banks stay open till 2. Youngstown State with the basketball. They have it in the hands of Devin Morgan, the junior from Chester, Virginia. A couple of substitutes now for Jared Calhoun's team. Donnell Cathcart with it, who played well the last time he played Detroit Mercy. Meanwhile, a 3 from the top. This one rolls around, no good, but an offensive rebound again. Isiani couldn't grab it, and it's laid up and in. Donnell Cathcart with second chance points for the Penguins.
Well, Darian King's got to do a better job of getting body contact against the guy. It's the second time that he's let a guy come over the top of him and grab a rebound, so he's got to do a better job of boxing out down there.
Isiani with 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He'll fire another 3. This one's off the back iron. Rebound Detroit Mercy. Here's Antoine now looking to go to the basket. He gets hit hard on his way there. And a foul on Youngstown State with 11:43 to go. That brings us to immediate timeout. 15-10, Youngstown State with the highest seeds before shifting to Little Caesars Arena in Detroit for the semifinals and championship on March 11th and 12th. To purchase tickets, visit horizonleague.com. As Antoine Davis gets his first point of the day, a free throw to make it 15-11. So Detroit hosting this year's Horizon League tournament, and who knows, Detroit Mercy could certainly be there this time around.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, they're off to a decent start here. They have to continue to keep putting wins on the board. They want to be in that top 4, at the end of the season.
Second free throw falls for Davis. He has his first 2 today. 15-12 now. Titans have been able to crawl back a little bit here. Meanwhile, Youngstown State with the basketball. They've got it in the hands of Donnell Cathcart III, junior from Buffalo. 10 on the shot clock. We'll go left side as they get to the baseline. Hampton fires and hits. Kendale Hampton, a junior from Columbia, South Carolina. 17-12 Penguins. Meanwhile, the Titans doing all they can to get it across half court, and they do. They go to the near corner of McFarley. Some full court press action there from Youngstown.
full court pressure, and Detroit did a good job of attacking, getting the ball into the middle, and looking to it. And that's what you have to do when you see that type of pressure. Look to attack the basket.
Isiani already with three-point tries today. He missed the one on the back end, and now Youngstown State has it with a 5-point lead. Into the corner, that's Cathcart. Now to Morgan. Detroit Mercy still working on refining that zone that they've adopted from Syracuse. Eric Devendorf, the special assistant to Mike Davis, helping with that effort. Meanwhile, a miss from the top, and Detroit Mercy's Darian King pulls down the rebound. They need to get Darian King going. When he scores, Detroit Mercy wins. Here's Lamar Hamrick down the lane. He goes, flips it up, rolls around, and comes off. Rebound Youngstown. Good take, just couldn't finish it. Here's Youngstown. They'll take a three. It's Hampton again. This one off the back iron. Rebound Detroit. Youngstown shooting 47% thus far. Detroit Mercy just 24. Here's Antoine Davis. He's there to change that. Yes, sir. Antoine Davis with his first three as he continues to inch his way towards the freshman NCAA three-point record.
It's always great to see that first one go down. Struggling a little bit here this afternoon with his shot, but knocking that one down can give a little bit of confidence.
He now has 5. That leads all Titans players. Meanwhile, Youngstown with the basketball. They've got it in the hands of Morgan, but they're very patient up top. They'll go to Michael Akuche, who's in for the first time today. They'll flip it down low. That's Enabir, who misses the roll. The tip in is no good as well. Fight for the basketball is taken by Detroit Mercy, and Darian King wise enough to throw it out of bounds off the Penguins.
A smart play that time by Darian King. Akuche just entered the game. He's a guy that can shoot the three-point ball. You really have to be aware of him. He knocked down a few triples against Oakland last game. So inside of the zone, they need to know where he's at when he checked into the game.
Substitution, Gerald Blackshear is back into the game. Boy, was he ever a beast on Thursday. A career-high 14 rebounds. He was tremendous.
Well, just showing you what he's capable of, and hopefully he can build on that game and continue to play that type of basketball.
A three from Davis, yes, sir. Antoine Davis knocks it through again, and now look now, but he's starting to heat up, and the Titans have their first lead.
That's where a bulk of the offense come from, and when he strives, the Titans strives. There's no question about that. He's made that something that makes them go early in this season.
Darius Quisenberry has it. Already now 8 for Davis after going without a basket for the first 7 minutes today. Akuche has it, kicks out. Here's a three on the way, and Youngstown State's Devin Morgan sends it through. That helps them snap out of a 13-4 Detroit Mercy run, and the Penguins reestablish a 2-point lead.
Youngstown definitely have the perimeter shooters. Morgan is another guy that can knock down shots.
Here's McFauley with it as he goes to Antoine Davis. Does he dare pull the trigger again? Not yet. He sends it to McFauley up top. Boy, when he gets hot, there are few in the Horizon League that can do what he does. Here's Hamrick, who goes up, little teardrop shot. No, it's an alley-oop, and Gerald Blackshear's there to slam it home.
Nice lob that time. Nice play by Hamrick. They recognized that Blackshear was right there beside him. Blackshear making a move to the basket. Nice alley-oop.
That's G's second bucket today. Kendall Hampton now with it. We're tied at 20, 8 to go. Akuche kicks it out. And Devin Morgan gets an open look at three. Just hit one. He misses this time, and Detroit Mercy rebounds it. Detroit's hit 3 of their last 4 shots. Antoine Davis has been largely responsible for that. Has it right side, puts his head down, spins it out, open Darian King. Passed up the 3, goes for a long 2, too strong.
Got to take that first shot. Don't study long, you study wrong.
Hampton almost lost it up top. Now it's knocked around and reclaimed by Youngstown. Akuche goes baseline, open look. This one's Morgan, who rattles home a jumper from the baseline. And now a foul called. Youngstown swatted at Antoine Davis. Darius Quisenberry. That's not a good foul, because that actually leads to Detroit Mercy free throws. And we'll see that when we come back, as Antoine Davis will shoot. Titans down.
From week to week, you're going to see teams go up and go down, and there's just parity, and that's what you pretty much want. You're always going to get an exciting matchup, and any of these teams are capable of winning on any given night.
A 1-and-1 for Antoine Davis. His first shot falls. So that one's good. 22-21 Youngstown State. And another, obviously, one of those surprises came on Thursday when this Youngstown's team, they beat Oakland University.
Well, that just shows you that anybody can do it. Both teams a little cold from this three-point line. 2 for 10 right now for Youngstown, and 4 for 12 for the Titans.
Antoine now with 10 points. Antoine Davis in double figures, first man for either side to be there. Also, with his second three-point shot that he hit earlier in this half, it gave him 100 three-pointers on the season. Nice round of applause for him during the break.
Man, I wonder how that feels.
Not many get that experience. Youngstown State goes to the corner. Devin Morgan, 2 on the shot clock. Rises and fires off the back iron. Rebound, Detroit Mercy. McFoley skies up to bring it down with that right hand. Let's see if we can get Josh going. Has it at the top, nearly lost the handle. Is able to reclaim it and get it to Marquise Moore. Not pretty, but effective. Now let's see if he can find something here. He wants Antoine Davis. Finally gets it to him. Good screen there by Marquise Moore. Has a look in the corner. He fires the 3 off the back iron. Rebound, Youngstown. You can hear Mike Davis from our left saying, follow your shot. This one's off the back iron for Youngstown. Gerald Blackshear pulls down the rebound.
He's 100% right. When you shoot it, you got the most advantage of getting that rebound, so you need to follow it.
Antoine Davis takes contact down the lane, missed it. Gerald Blackshear can't put it back up and in. Tie up for the loose ball. It's a jump ball, I believe. And it's a possession arrow, Youngstown State. So with a tie score and 6:16 to go, Youngstown State gets it back.
Well, Blackshear had an opportunity to finish those shots. He's starting to get a little bit better, but I still want to see him take that ball up with a little bit more authority. He's got the ability to jump, and I think every time he gets it down there, he should look to attack the basket a lot stronger. No flip shots and no easy shots around the hoop.
So far, 2 of 7 from the field. He's also hit 4 free throws. Darius Quisenberry, haven't said his name a whole lot yet. Maybe they try to get him going here. Has the ball with a right-hand dribble at zone defense. The Titans try to shift around and make sure they cover the shooters. Quisenberry certainly is one of those. 6 on the shot clock to the baseline, losing the handle out of bounds. Good defense played by Detroit Mercy. A turnover for Youngstown State.
All year, so far, the Titans zone has given teams a lot of trouble right now. And right now, Youngstown is really working to try to figure out where to find those open shots. And the Titans are doing a good job. And rotations out there, and they're getting to the ball. They have to continue to do that against a good 3-point shooting team like Youngstown.
We talked to Mike Davis repeatedly over the course of the season. I'd say that the zone defense, the biggest problems that it's presented has been to Detroit Mercy in recent weeks. Meanwhile, an alley-oop as Gerald Blackshear sends it straight through. Boy, that play's working so far.
You see different people throwing that lob pass right now. And they both, Blackshear's figured out that I'm going to the basket when guys get the ball in the middle of the court. I'm looking to go to that basket. Look for me.
You've got to be able to keep the other defenses honest. You can't let them sell out against one player. This is the kind of way you stop that.
Exactly right.
Nazba Hannon gets it to the right elbow as they run baseline with it. Devin Morgan's had a good start. Out to an open Quisenberry for 3. Halfway down, popped out. Rebound Detroit Mercy, and now the Titans have the lead and the basketball. McFoley with it, still waiting for his first points. To the baseline, Hamrick turn and gun. Shot partially blocked. Blackshear's there to lay it up and score. A quick 8 for Big G, and Detroit Mercy has a 4-point lead.
Seems like he's coming to life. He's getting a little bit better each and every game. He has to continue. They really need him to play this type of basketball if they're going to be successful this year.
8 points, 4 boards already for Blackshear. Largest lead thus far for Detroit Mercy. Youngstown tries to change that with a 3. It's good. Kendall Hampton. Boy, he shot that one from Lincoln Park. 26-25 with 4.5 to go in the first. Antoine Davis with the basketball for Detroit Mercy. Gets rid of it to the top. Hamrick will take a jumper from the free throw line. Yes, sir. Lamar Hamrick getting a little extended run here this afternoon. He's got a 4, and the Titans have a 3-point edge.
Good shot. He stepped right into that with confidence and knocked it down.
Kendall Hampton, who just hit that long 3, gets it at the top. He'll fire another one. This one halfway down, and it almost rimmed in. And a rebound is stolen away by Detroit Mercy. Lamar Hamrick a little bit wincing after that pull down of the rebound. Hope he's all right. Meanwhile, McFoley gets fouled in the near side corner. And that brings us to a media timeout. We'll get free throws when we come back. Titans with a 3-point lead, 28-25 over Youngstown State.
And they're getting to the line, and and just mentioned from our crack staff back there, it does a fabulous job of keeping up with everything.
You're not kidding.
8-1 right now, Jeremiah.
8 fouls for Youngstown State, 1 for Detroit Mercy. That's when it's going well. Getting those whistles they need as the first free throw falls for Josh McFoley. And we've been noticing this over the last couple of weeks, but 1-and-1s had not favored Detroit Mercy at any time this season. They had seemed to be missing the front ends of 1-and-1s over and over again. Not the case thus far.
Well, hopefully these free throws will get Josh going. Not a lot of attempts here this afternoon, and that's definitely a guy you want to see get going.
Well, he hits both of those free throws, and now Detroit Mercy has their largest lead with a 30-25 advantage over Youngstown State. Couple of substitutions. Donnell Cathcart's back as is John Sally Jr. for the Penguins. Are coming off arguably their biggest win of the season, beating Oakland on Thursday. Down low it goes towards the basket, flipping it up and scoring is Cathcart. Check that. That's Bohannon. Make it a 3-point Titans lead, 30-27. That's a strong take, and he's had a good first half.
Had a good job. A lot of patience underneath the basket that time. Good up fake. Powered it in.
Terrell Riley in for the first time for Detroit Mercy. You can always catch those neon sneakers he wears as Lamar Hamrick has his take to the basket stripped away. Meanwhile, Youngstown State comes out with it. Bohannon to the basket again, lays it up and scores. And Naz Bohannon now with 8 points and 4 boards in just 13 minutes. It's a 1-point game. Well, he came out with a little bit of energy. And meanwhile, an offensive foul. Antoine Davis used an off arm. Well, says our officiating triumvirate.
Got a little frustrated at that time. He's being blanketed. You know, he's got to be able to hold his composure. They throw a whole lot of things at him. When you're that type of scorer, it's a lot for you to deal with out there on the court. A lot of times they miss a lot of calls because you get fouled so many times. And that time the frustration came out. Loose arm.
Youngstown gets it back. They've scored the last 4 as they go to the elbow with it, and Bohannon try to set a screen, kind of whiffed on it, got it out to Cathcart, who ran baseline and threw it away. Lamar Hamrick gets in the passing lane and sends it forward to Riley. Strong take to the basket, up and under, good is good. That's a pretty roll off the fingertips of Terrell Riley.
Riley did a great job of using that rim that time. He used the rim as a protector and went to the other side and laid it in over the big fella.
Native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin there with one of the prettiest moves we'll see all day. And he's been getting some extended minutes of late. Had 7 points, 7 assists last Saturday at IUPUI.
Well, coach is doing a good job of putting him in the rotation. That enables you to give Josh and to give Antoine a little bit of a breather when he comes into the game and get him some playing experience, because he's going to be a guy that they're going to need to help down the stretch as well.
Donnell Cathcart a 3 to answer that tight game. Detroit Mercy has it in the corner. And now Lamar Hamrick wants to go to Antoine Davis, and they can't get it to him. He's been blanketed. Meanwhile, baseline look for Blackshear, who powers it up, missed the shot, but was fouled. John Sally Jr., the guilty party there. More free throws coming for Detroit Mercy. Now it's Gerald Blackshear's turn.
Blackshear went up strong with the basketball that time. You know, no flip shots. I mean, you got to get it, power it up, use your strength, and drawing the fouls right there. Now he's got to knock down these free throws.
Talked to a ton of people about Blackshear, especially the last couple of weeks, because his play has improved, and Mike Davis has really pointed specifically to his seniors. The first free throw was good, and he's kind of expecting more from those guys, considering the transition period this team underwent a season ago to now.
Well, it was a little rough for Blackshear in the early goings of the season. Just having a coach like Mike Davis is not going to let up on you. I mean, he was hard on him, but I think they got the message, and they're seeing that the things that he have them do in practice and the way that he works with them in practice is really helping their game and making it effective for them. So he's continuing to get better and better.
He's making it tough for Mike Davis to take him off the floor right now.
It's got a lot to do with good coaching right there, and also he's bringing out the talent that we always knew that Blackshear had.
Got both free throws, 10 points, 5 boards for Blackshear. He and Davis now leading the way with 10 points apiece. Here's Youngstown State under 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Tied, or rather 34-32, Detroit Mercy. Here's a kick out, open look for 3. This one off the front of the rim, tipped out by Isiani to McFoley. Didn't have a great angle, but Isiani was able to get it to where he needed. Meanwhile, a poke away, out of bounds, last touch by Youngstown as Davis was trapped into the corner. So Detroit Mercy keeps it with 1:09 to go. Isiani back in for Detroit Mercy. Kind of a quiet first half for Isiani. 1 for his first 3 from the field, all 3-point tries. He's only tried 1 non-3-point shot this year. Meanwhile, he gets it to the baseline. Lamar Hamrick kicks it to Blackshear. There he is. He missed the dunk. He got bumped a little bit under the basket.
No, that could have been a foul right there. I like the fact that he went up strong with it, though.
Now we get a foul on Isiani on the other end with 55.9 seconds to go, and now free throws coming for the Penguins.
See the push down the court right here. Getting inside.
Wow, right into your living room there. Isiani tried to draw the charge.
Tried to get his body in good position to take that charge right there, coming straight in. Just couldn't get back quick enough to get his feet set.
So Kendall Hampton will shoot a couple and try to tie this game up. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll hear from the commissioner of the Horizon League, John LeCrone. scheduled to join us in just a little bit. We'll also take a look at some of the games going on around the Horizon League. First free throw, this one halfway down and came out. No way, Anabir is back for the Penguins. Meanwhile, Hampton, who's had a nice first half, played a little JUCO basketball. Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. You familiar with that one there, Earl?
Haven't heard of that one.
Second free throw's no good, so they missed them both. Detroit Mercy gets it with under 50 ticks to play in the first. It's a long three for Davis. Yes, sir! Antoine Davis with a little strut as he backpedals to defense. 5-point Titans lead.
He's a little disappointed. He thinks every shot that he takes is supposed to go into the basket. So, just to get that one to go down is building his confidence with each shot.
He started 0 for 5. He's now 3 of his last 3. All from three-point range as well. 24 seconds to go, 10 on the shot clock. Down to the left block and a kick out. Here's an open 3 for Hampton. This one off the front of the rim, tipped and controlled out of bounds. Last touched by Detroit Mercy. Little surprised they might not come look at that. I thought that one went off of the Penguins. Oh, check that. Here's why. It's a Blackshear foul.
And what he's been doing these last couple of days is going to be really effective for the Titans going down the stretch.
It's kind of what we always thought Blackshear could be the moment he got here to Detroit Mercy.
No question about it.
Youngstown State with the basketballs. They try to inbound with 17 seconds to go. No shot clock. They can hold for the last one if they want it. Meanwhile, a trip on the way to the basket. Who gets this? That's on Antoine Davis. That'll be his second foul, but 13 seconds left. And the Titans also had a foul to give there. So no harm, one foul. And now Youngstown to inbound it. One last shot for the Penguins behind the back. And they go near side. Quisenberry. He'll launch a 3. This one's good.
Well, Quisenberry's been quiet, but he comes up with a big one right there, right at the end of the half.
From half court, McFauley bangs it off the back iron. No good. And the Titans will have to settle for a 2-point lead at the end of one half here at Callahan Hall. 37-35. Detroit Mercy with a 2-point advantage. Start of the second half here at Callahan Hall. 37-35. Detroit Mercy with a 2-point lead over Youngstown State. Glad to have you back with us. Dan Hasty alongside two-time NBA champion Earl Curitan. Graduated from Detroit Mercy back in 2011. Congratulations, Earl. Detroit Mercy with the basketball as they'll start things out here in the second half. Antoine Davis with the basketball for Detroit Mercy. Gets around a man but lost the handle off his foot.
Wow, he had a clear path that time.
Sure did. Quisenberry, a clear path of his own to lay it up with the right hand. He scores and we're tied.
And that's a guy you got to pay really close attention to. Guys, look at their numbers at halftime, and he realized that he's not having a Quisenberry type performance, so he's going to look to step it up.
Titans got 13 from Antoine Davis in the first. 10 and 6 for Gerald Blackshear. His career high is 13. I'll have a shot at that here in the second half. Josh McFauley, a quiet first half. He'll start with a 3 try, and this one's good. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm looking for. He only took 2 attempts the first half. That kind of bothers me when you got a guy with the shooting ability that he has that only takes 2 shots, and there's plenty of shots for him to take out there, so you're going to see him put the ball up.
Hit a couple of 3s against Cleveland State before he got injured. Meanwhile, John Sally Jr. gets an easy pass underneath and a wide open lane to the basket to lay it up and score.
That's way too easy right there. And Gerald's got to do a better job of not letting him catch the ball in that kind of situation.
So here's Antoine now, goes to the right hand, pulls back, fires the 3, halfway down, and it rolls off the front of the iron.
Till that one kind of slipped off his fingertips a little bit. When see it on the release.
Maybe a little flat. Youngstown State with the basketball now as they have a 1-point deficit. Detroit Mercy starting with 4 of their 5 starters. Hamrick the exception. He's in there to start the second half. Here's a corner 3 for Simmons. Rolls off the front of the rim. Rebound comes all the way out to Quisenberry at the top. Another offensive rebound for Youngstown State. Meanwhile, there's Quisenberry with it. Fresh shot clock for the Penguins. They'll be content to kill about a minute off of this game clock. Double team there through that zone. They go to Bohannon down low. A layup is good for Garrett Covington.
Well, you can tell they talked about attacking that zone defense that time, trying to set high screens at the top of it, getting inside of the zone, looking for the drop-offs underneath the basket.
That's exactly how they draw that one up on the whiteboard. Here's Antoine Davis now with a 1-point Titans deficit. 17 and a half to play. McFoley just had a three. He'll try another one. This one missed everything. Taken down by Youngstown State. McFoley, who is one of the better defenders the Horizon League has, leads the conference in steals per game. He came into today's game 6 steals away from becoming Detroit Mercy's all-time steals leader.
Well, he's excellent in the passing lane. He's good anticipation. He'll get out and get after balls.
Simmons a three, missed it. Rebound Detroit Mercy. Antoine has it. A little between the leg move. He has room. Fires the three. Got fouled and will go to the free throw line. Garrett Covington, who also picked up his 3rd foul, and he's steaming right now.
He's not happy about it. He's saying that but from here, it looks like he hit him on the hand when he let the ball go. And it may not have been right with the release, but I think if you make contact with a player in the motion of shooting the basketball, they're going to call a foul.
So now Antoine Davis, who is technically a walk-on, will shoot free throws for Detroit Mercy. Definitely the best walk-on I've ever seen play.
The best walk-on we ever had.
Mike Davis said when they brought Antoine to Detroit Mercy that he was going to pay for his college education. First free throw was good, and thus to save a scholarship for somebody else.
Well, that's being a team player. You know, his coach being a team player too, because that's coming out of his pocket. When he gets that bill, we'll see. We'll see if that lasts.
Second free throw is good for Antoine. Already a 6-time freshman of the week in the Horizon League, a 2-time player of the week. Just absurd and unforeseen in Detroit Mercy history.
I would think he earned a scholarship.
It's going to be close. Here's the 3rd free throw. This one's good for Antoine. He's already got 16 to lead all scorers. 7 for 7 from the free throw line. He gets all 3. Titans up 2. Garrett Covington with the basketball. They'll go down low to the block. Meanwhile, Nazba Hannon, who had a strong first half, kicks out. Sally a jumper. Good. John Sally Jr. showing a little bit of range there.
Knocking down that outside shot. And then, once again, Youngstown doing a good job of moving that ball around in the zone.
And meanwhile, a turnover as Davis tried to get it to Moore on the baseline, threw it away. I was trying to figure out how many threes you took in your NBA career. 16.
And missed all of them. And they were desperation threes. So I knew my role. You know what you can do and can't do.
That's right. Quisenberry with the basketball for Youngstown State. He knows exactly what he can do. He'll fire a three. This one rolls off. It's rebounded by Detroit Mercy. Now Antoine with an opportunity for Detroit to get them back on top. We're tied here with 16 to go. The Titans won the first game of this weekend doubleheader, beating Cleveland State on Thursday. Meanwhile, Darian King will fire a long jumper, and he bangs it off the rim. Rebound Youngstown.
Darian King's been quiet this afternoon.
Here's a jumper. Meanwhile, Simmons rattles it home. To your point about Darian King, when he scores, Detroit Mercy wins. When he's in double figures, they've had a lot of success, but they've yet to get him going so far.
Well, he's been up and down. You know, it seems as if he was coming out of that slump last game. You know, but they definitely need him. They need that second and third scorer, and he's one of the guys that's capable of doing that. Meanwhile,
down the lane, Antoine Davis shoots and misses, but it's tapped up and in by Gerald Blackshear. So we get a media timeout. 15:23 to go. We're tied at 45. This is Detroit Mercy basketball. Tied at 45, 15:23 to go in the ball game here from Callahan Hall. Dan Hasty alongside Earl Curitan. You can find the Titans on Twitter at Detroit Titans. You can find Earl at Earl the Twirl. You can find me at that Dan Hasty. We're trying to find some Detroit Mercy offense. Right now, a little bit stagnant to start the second half. Youngstown State gets the basketball out of the whistle as Antoine Maxwell fires a three, missed it, and it's tipped around and taken by Detroit Mercy, who desperately needs to grab some boards on the defensive end.
Well, right now, the Titans are going to have to tighten this zone defense up a little bit. Maxwell was wide open on that last shot.
Marquise Moore, a little drop for Gerald Blackshear, came up empty and is pulled down by Youngstown State. That's the first time I think they've defended that play this afternoon. So now Youngstown State's opportunity to take the lead. Maxwell in for the first time today. A junior out of Savannah, Georgia, who's averaging 5 points, 2 boards a game. They'll go to Quisenberry far side. He's been the facilitator today. 7 on the shot clock. Simmons back to the top. Maxwell to Quisenberry, nearly taken away. Now it's on the floor and picked out by Detroit Mercy. Darian King, far side to Antoine Davis. Has to put it down. Now he gets his way to the basket, flips it up, missed it. Offensive rebound. There's Blackshear to lay it up and score.
Well, Blackshear is, he's excited about it too. He's finding out that those offensive boards are available. He's looking to attack every time, and that time cleaning up the mess when it came off.
We'll put him on double-double watch. 12 points, 8 boards for Blackshear.
Another one of those games. I asked him before the game, can you follow up what you did last game? And
I heard that.
He answered me, yes, I can. And sure enough, that's what he's doing.
Here's Maxwell to the basket, bullies his way into the paint, missed the shot, rebound Detroit. Marquise Moore pulls another one down, and for Moore, that's rebound number 5. Here's Antoine Davis around a Moore screen, down the lane, finds some room, pulls back, hits the jumper. Yeah, pretty move through the paint there for Antoine.
And falling back off of one leg, was able to knock that shot down. It doesn't matter the angles. He can find different angles and knows how to get that shot off.
You're not kidding. And with spacing being everything in the NBA, you can see that he kind of creates his own space. Quisenberry trying to do the same thing. He gets some contact, a whistle, and we'll go to the free throw line. That is how the NBA has evolved, though. I mean, the buzzword now is spacing. We all talk about it. We do get a whistle on the floor here.
Three-point line is...
Well, already a career high for Gerald Blackshear. 14 points to go with 9 rebounds, and Detroit Mercy has a 4-point lead. 13-16 to go. Back with free throws, and Darius Quisenberry sends his first one through. Glad to have you back with us here on Saturday afternoon. Antoine Davis with 18. And Gerald Blackshear giving Detroit Mercy a much-needed post presence as Youngstown State's come to play today. Free throw is good. It's a 2-point game.
And here you see the full court pressure against Detroit right now, and the Titans got to be aware of it. They kind of caught them off guard with it, and right now they got to beat that 10-second call right now and get it across the half-court line.
Unable to do it cleanly as McFauley lost it on the floor. Youngstown State comes back with it. Simmons a layup. He missed it. Rebound taken by Youngstown as they're able to put it back and score Jelani Simmons. Not a great sequence there for the Titans.
They worked really hard for that, too. That was the hardest 2 points of the afternoon.
So now Lamar Hamrick, they do get it across half court this time. 3-on-1 if they hurry.
They got numbers.
3 for Antoine. Yes, sir! Antoine.
He had a 3-on-2 that time, and he pulled up and took the 3-point shot. He had more confidence in that shot than he did the wide open guy underneath the basket.
Well, you see guys like Reggie Miller do that, but you don't see it much anymore. 21 for Antoine. 3-point Detroit Mercy lead. 12:24 to go in the game. Youngstown has it again. Maxwell nearly lost the handle, and it almost gets taken away at the top. 6 on the shot clock. Quisenberry going to have to fire it quickly. McFauley has to know that. Crossover move. Shot clock violation. Shouldn't matter. It should be a shot clock violation. That is absolutely...
They're going to have to take a look at this one.
They sure will. They're calling it a good basket right now, but they will look at it, and I'm here to tell you, Earl, they're going to call this one right off.
Right. They're going to come over and take a look at it, but that was some kind of...
They played the defense they needed to play, and they have the basketball with a 3-point lead. Well, but Youngstown really has brought it this afternoon. Boy, Darian King nearly had it across half court, then didn't get it there. A little dangerous there, but they finally do. Josh McFauley with the basketball for Detroit Mercy. Just 5 points thus far, but he has played 26 minutes, so he has proven the need to keep him on the floor. At the top, it's Antoine with 8 on the shot clock. Puts down, left-hand dribble, fires and hits. Antoine Davis hits it again, and they're starting to see that offense that Antoine couldn't exactly find from the floor on Thursday. So far now, he's 6 of 14 with 23 points.
Well, he always finds a way to get the ball in the basket. Sometimes, some nights it's easier than others, and, you know, this afternoon it's been somewhat of a struggle from the perimeter.
Quisenberry drops off on the baseline. 5-point Titans lead. 10 on the shot clock. Quisenberry goes back down, gets it Bohannon, and they kick out. 5 on the shot clock. Morgan's going to have a long 3. Here it comes off the front of the rim. Rebound tapped and taken by Youngstown. That's a big board for the Penguins.
Well, that's an area, you know, where the Titans have really been hurting this year, and that's that offensive glass.
Another 3 for Morgan. This one's good.
Well, that's what second shots can do for you. They give you those second opportunities. It's a long time for the Titans to be playing defense right there, and I'm sure they're going to discuss this with Mike Davis in the timeout.
Trying to build a new streak. And right now they need a win, especially with 5 games in a row coming up away from Callahan beginning next Thursday. Detroit Mercy basketball out of the timeout. Dan Hasty, Earl Curitzen alongside.
Once again, you see this full court pressure. The Titans got to look to attack that. 4 guys on the other side of half court. They just got to get that ball across the half court line and they can attack.
It's McFoley's turn, who has it far side. What does he want to do? He'll fire a long 2. This one's good. They said he had a foot on the line, but either way, it's good for Josh McFoley. Big bucket, 4-point Titans lead.
Not a lot of shots, but he's been effective with the ones that he's taken.
10:25 to go in the ball game. McFoley has gotten some shots when the Titans have needed them most. Here's Quisenberry now to the free throw line. Pass nearly picked off by Davis. Bohannon kicks out. Quisenberry with 4 on the shot clock. Down the lane, takes contact, flips it up, missed the shot, batted around, offensive rebound again. And this time Antoine Maxwell makes the Titans pay another pair of second chance points for the Penguins.
Got to do a better job offensive boards. Got to be able to not give this team 2 shots.
Josh McFoley with the inbound. Lamar Hamrick gets it as well, but it's always a trying time to get it across half court. Hamrick to the basket. He'll lay it up. Pretty take. He takes it to the rack and score.
Well, he's got the ability to dunk that basketball, and I don't know what the mindset is, but as high as he gets off the floor, he's got to go in there and throw him down, but successfully laid that one in.
Titans have McFoley, Darian King, Antoine Davis, Lamar Hamrick, and Gerald Blackshear, who's 1 rebound away from his first ever double-double. Devin Morgan has it with 8 on the shot clock for Youngstown. Working against McFoley, goes far side. Quisenberry, jumper from 15 off the backboard, missed everything, and the ball comes down. Detroit Mercy was on the floor to get it. Meanwhile, the shot clock expires and Detroit Mercy gets it back.
Well, the ball didn't hit anything. Gave him a chance to get that ball back. The Titans got to get this pressure figured out. They're having a struggle trying to get the ball. But once you cross the half-court line, good opportunities.
Jared Calhoun, the head coach of Youngstown State. Second season at the helm of their basketball program.
It's almost like a man-to-man matchup press that they got going. There it is right there.
Good way to break it there for Detroit Mercy. Antoine Davis has it for the Titans. He'll pull back, fire a contested jumper, missed it. Rebound Youngstown State. No white jerseys under the basket on that one. 4-point Detroit Mercy lead, under 9 to go in the game. Titans trying to hang at the top half of the Horizon League conference standings. Take advantage of Oakland's loss on Thursday. Down they go to the baseline by Hannon. Gets double teamed there. Tried to spin it out and does. Far side corner 3, too strong. Rebound Detroit Mercy. Hamrick again.
Big rebound, and that's what they have to do. You got to limit this team to 1 shot. You can't afford to keep giving them second shots at the basket. And that was a good one and done right there.
So far, second chance points 15-4 in favor of Youngstown. Antoine Davis with 10 on the shot clock. He'll pull up, take the long 3, bangs off the front of the iron, rebound Youngstown. Antoine now 6 of 16 from the floor, 4 of 8 from behind the 3-point line.
Coach Calhoun's going crazy. He wants his team to push the ball up the floor. They walked it up this time. He wants to see early offense if possible and then bring it back out.
Here's Quisenberry around a Maxwell screen, drops it off by Hannon, has it, fires it up, rolls around and goes down, count it, and a foul. Naz Bohannon in double figures, and with 7:42 to go, the Penguins will have a chance to cut the deficit to 1. 58-56, Detroit Mercy by 2 with 7:42. That is a gauntlet right there, starting with Northern Kentucky coming up next Thursday, Earl.
That's what makes this one so big right here. You want to get this one before you go out and on the road, and they have to go out there and try to steal a few of those games out on the road.
Free throw, Naz Bohannon hits.
Big
1-point Titans game.
Big 3-point basket that time by Bohannon.
Titans need to get the basketball in quickly, and they do. They had it rolling, but they didn't have the benefit of the hold on the 5-second call. Meanwhile, Josh McFoley has it for Detroit Mercy. Going to need some big shots here. Youngstown State, that's a hungry team. A win today could get them back into the playoff picture in the Horizon League.
That's all it takes is a couple quality wins.
Here's a throwaway. Lamar Hamrick tried to get it to Gerald Blackshear, overthrew him out of bounds.
If Lamar knew he had a path to the basket that time, he should have looked to attack.
It's the 9th Titans turnover, 8 for Youngstown State. Now Youngstown with a chance to take the lead here with 7:10 to go in the contest. Antoine Davis with 23 points, 6 of 16 from the field. Meanwhile, they'll go to the top of Hannon, bullies his way to the basket, lays it up and scores. And the Penguins take a 1-point lead.
Well, that's how you beat that zone. Got inside of the gut of it that time, and you can't allow them to catch the ball in that area right there.
Little run now here. The Titans have been held scoreless in their last 3 minutes. Here's McFoley trying to change that. Gets fouled. Yes, sir! There's the big shot Detroit Mercy needed.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's good to see him come alive. The shots that he has taken this afternoon has been really effective. You can see right here, he's just looking to create a little bit of space for himself, handling the ball, dribbling around. Know he has unlimited range and falls down to get the foul to go along with that 3-point shot. Chance for a 4-point play.
Puts them in double figures as well with 10. You just got to look at that 3 from the top. And now Josh McFoley. Yeah. Chance to extend that lead for Detroit Mercy.
Well, you speaking of jump shots, you know, I seen sweet Terry Durod in the house tonight, and shooting that shot, that's Durod's range right here.
Boy, this looks all kinds of Terry Durod right here. Did a whole bunch of that right inside this building.
It only counted for 2 back in those days.
You're right. Meanwhile, a pin in the corner. Youngstown State had to throw it up, and they throw it away out of bounds. Good defense by Detroit Mercy. Pinned by Hannon right in front of our broadcast location, and he misfired trying to get rid of it. So the Titans get it back with a 3-point lead.
Once again, they got to figure this pressure out, be able to get the ball across the 10-second line.
So here's McFoley now. Let's see if he continues to shine in the second half. I go left side to Hamrick down the lane. He goes strong to the basket, lays it up, missed it, tapped up as Blackshear can't get it to go. Rebound Youngstown. Quisenberry with it around a screen. McFoley got blocked away, and meanwhile Bohannon gets it baseline. He's had a nice game today. They'll kick out to Cathcart. 10 on the shot clock. Pull up jumper. Halfway down. Spun out. Detroit Mercy pulls it down. Boy, that one could have gone either way. Little English on that. Comes back to Detroit Mercy. A corner King 3. He's fouled. The 3rd time this afternoon that a Detroit Mercy player has been fouled while trying to shoot a 3.
Oh, I tell you what, Darian King needed that foul right there. You know, hasn't knocked down any points right here. But the contact came after he shot the ball, did a good job of selling it by going down to the floor, and he's going to get an opportunity to get into the scorebook.
And Youngstown's going to give their head coach an opportunity to lose his mind. 3 different fouls on 3-pointers today. First free throw is good for Darian King. 82% free throw shooter is DK. Next free throw, good. There's 2 for Darian King. Darian has been scoreless from the field until now. Finally gets his 3rd free throw to go. He hits all 3, and you know, credit Detroit Mercy. Shooting free throws has not been one of their strengths this year. Today they're perfect. 14 of 14.
Well, those were big free throws, and hopefully that can get him going on the offensive end of the floor.
6-point Detroit Mercy lead. That's their largest lead today. Can the Titans pull away here in the final minutes? 5:22 to go. 10 on the shot clock for the Penguins of Youngstown State. Donnell Cathcart to the free throw line. Naz Bohannon out to Quisenberry for 3. Off the back iron, tapped up, saved by Detroit Mercy. As Lamar Hamrick goes steamrolling over the man under the basket. And the Titans get it back.
Yeah, good save that time by Hamrick. That's a dangerous play, though, when you throw it back in on the offensive end of the floor, because a lot of times that comes to an easy basket for the offensive team.
A 3 for McFoley off the front of the rim. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by Youngstown State. Boy, we got to tell the young man with the mop under the basket to look out. He got knocked over and out of his chair by Lamar Hamrick.
Well, it's a lot of action coming down that way. You got to keep your eyes open when you're in that position.
Watch out the cameras, they say as well. Those are important and expensive. Here's Youngstown State. Darius Quisenberry gets double teamed and gets rid of it. To the basket goes Cathcart to slam it home. Well, he knifes through that Detroit Mercy defense, and he makes it a 4-point game. 4:22 to go. Titans by 4 and with the basketball. 7 for Cathcart. Boy, Mike Davis has really been rolling with this group of 5 almost this entire half. As Hamrick gets a jumper, he hits. Well, Lamar Hamrick sends it through. He's had a nice second half. 8 points, 7 boards for Lamar.
Big shot that time by Hamrick. Took his time, patience, pull up, knock that shot down.
Here's Cathcart again, who just dunked it on the last possession. Now he flips it up. He ran over a man. What do we have? A blocking foul underneath on Gerald Blackshear.
Gerald does such a good job of taking those offensive fouls down there. And that time they called it the other way. It was a block. This ball game right here. And he does a great job of holding his position down there. And just, that time he didn't get the call on that one. But he's drawn a lot of offensive fouls, just holding his ground underneath the basket.
2 free throws. Cathcart missed the first. And, the referees, they did a nice job today. They took a long time looking at one another before making that call on Gerald Blackshear. I think it really could have swung either way.
It was questionable. If he missed this free throw, we know that the ball don't lie.
That's right, and it doesn't. Rebounded by Detroit Mercy. Darian King pulls it in. Blackshear to the bench. Willie Isiani is back. Here's Antoine Davis, who gets rid of it to DK. Darian King fires the 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound to Youngstown. Well, the Titans did not take any time off the clock in that possession. Kendale Hampton down the lane, flips it up, missed it, ran over Willie Isiani, and draws a foul. I think Isiani may have been in the cylinder on that one.
Here, you can see coming top speed right
where
here.
He is.
Didn't get a chance to get his feet set at all that time, but, the ideal was there, but, definitely was a blocking foul.
So free throws again, this time Kendale Hampton to shoot. First one for Hampton. This one's off the front of the rim. Boy, an 81% free throw shooter. All of a sudden finding a problem here.
Well, the Titans catching somewhat of a break, down the stretch right here. But like I said, an eternity left on the clock with 3:30 left. The Titans got to be smart. They got to burn clock, take quality shots on the other end of the floor.
Substitution, Devin Morgan is back. As Donnell Cathcart checks out. Free throw is good. It's now a 5-point Detroit Mercy lead. Antoine Davis gets it in. Does so to Lamar Hamrick. Nearly threw it out of bounds. But they do get it across court. They might have numbers if they hurry. And a palming call on Josh McFauley.
Man, I think he got kind of caught up on what he wanted to do with the basketball that time. He flipped it up in his hand, and the officials called a carrying call on him.
Turnover for the Titans. That's number 9. Now a 5-point advantage. Youngstown State a chance to get a little bit closer. Down low they go. Bohannon has it. Nearly got it taken away by Hamrick, who leaned out of bounds. I think it's going to stay with Youngstown, and it will.
You got to like the hustle right here by Hamrick. See, coming from behind and going after that basketball, not afraid to get down and dirty right there. He goes down on the floor after the basketball.
He just barely touched that line. So now Youngstown keeps it again. 3 minutes to go. Titans by 5. Youngstown State with the basketball. They'll fire a long 3. This one's off the side of the iron. Offensive rebound by Hannon to lay it up. Missed it. Detroit Mercy pulls down the rebound. That's Gerald Blackshear, but he went to the floor, and they call him for a travel.
Wow, that's a tough call. Tough call right here. Shots going up. You see Gerald getting both hands on the ball and just wasn't able to hold his footing when he grabbed that basketball that time. That's unfortunate.
That's the last way you want to get your first career double-double. He's got 14 and 10 today. Meanwhile, Youngstown State kicks it out. They get it to the top. Quisenberry. Maybe it's time where he answers the bell. He flips it up and scores in a crowd. Counted in a foul.
Well, Quisenberry with great body control that time is able to dodge and stay away from the charging foul and knife his way in there to put that basketball down and get the foul.
So Quisenberry gets the bucket. Antoine Davis called for his 3rd foul. And Garrett Covington checks back in for Youngstown State. Well, you can see the desperation on Youngstown State's side. They are playing to keep their conference tournament hopes alive. They came into action today 2-7 in the conference. The free throw falls. Check that, 3 and 7. After beating Oakland on Thursday. Free throw's good. It's a 2-point Titans lead. Titans are one of their last 5 from the floor. They'll get it to Antoine Davis up top. Haven't said his name a whole lot lately. They've sold out to try to stop him. They'll go to Lamar Hamrick down the lane. He'll pull up, fire, and hit. Lamar Hamrick in double figures.
It seems like he's found his comfort zone right there. He's been able to get in there and.
Now hold on a second. We've got a whistle. I don't know what in the world. Did a shoe just
saw a shoe fly over our head?
Darian King's shoe was fired all the way from Mike Davis's location on the bench.
And they call a technical foul right there. And, you know, I didn't see who hurdled that shoe, but I saw it flying over my head right there. I don't know.
Well, it's very important.
Wow,
so it's a technical foul, and Youngstown State down by 4 gets 2 shots in the basket.
He called it a Class A. He gets 2 shots for this, and they get the ball back. That was a huge call going against the Titans right there in a close ball game, man.
And I'm sure no one feels sicker about this than Eric Devendorf. Right. I'm guessing his intention was not to fire that shoe the way it went out of his hand.
Just his reactions are trying to get it down the court, but they get 2 points off of that, and they get the ball back, which gives them an opportunity at a 4-point play right here in a real close ball game, and that can be damaging for the Titans.
2:20 to go. When the Titans had the basketball with a 4-point lead, what a swing this could be. Now Youngstown State trying to capitalize on it. Got in the hands of Quisenberry. Gets cut off, double teamed at the top. Got rid of it to Bohannon. Nearly slipped, kicked it back out. Thought he maybe traveled with it. To the free throw line. Quisenberry rises and fires. Missed it, but an offensive rebound. Bohannon lays it up and scores. And we are tied at 69 with 2 to play.
Once again, offensive boards.
Cross half court goes Detroit Mercy. Now it's whoever plays best in the final 2. Here's Antoine with it. Goes far side to Hamrick, down the baseline, gets a bump, flips it up, no good, but a foul sends Lamar Hamrick to the free throw line. Boy, have they ever needed Lamar down the stretch.
Yeah, he's been playing good basketball for them. Made the right decision, didn't settle to just take the outside shot, went in there and gave himself a chance to score and get the foul, and he came up with an opportunity to get 2 right here.
So Lamar Hamrick, who's inching closer to a double-double of his own, 10.7 rebounds. Gerald Blackshear has his first career double-double. His cousin Kerry Blackshear got one of those as well today for number 12 Virginia Tech. First free throw no good for Lamar. They defeated 23rd ranked NC State 47-24.
That's not a high scoring game there.
NC State made 9 field goals today. But it was cousin Kerry with 13 points, 13 boards.
That's almost unheard of in this era of basketball right now with the fast up and down pace and 3-point shooting.
Fewest by a ranked team in the shot clock era. Meanwhile, we get a timeout, and Youngstown State will talk about it. We'll keep it right here. Those 24 points by NC State, their fewest in a game since 1968 when they
out and giving this chance 2 shots at the basket. They got too many good shooters on this team to give them second opportunities.
Credit Youngstown State as well for this as well. They have not fouled a whole lot in the second half. They racked up a ton in the first half. Only 4 fouls so far with 90 seconds to play. Down low, they kick out. Open Morgan for 3. Rolls around, missed it. Blackshear wrestles down the rebound. And we get a Youngstown State foul on Garrett Covington.
Right, he came down strong with the rebound in his hand. He had a hold to his wrist, bringing the ball down.
That's significant. Garrett Covington just committed his 4th. And now with under 90 seconds to go in a 1-point game, it seems as if everything would point to one player in particular getting a big opportunity and a big shot. He's got the basketball. It's Antoine Davis. He'll fire a 3, rolls around, missed it. Offensive rebound. Marquise Moore gets bumped and knocked down, and a foul on Youngstown. Boy, and on a day where the Penguins have gotten offensive rebound after offensive rebound, Detroit Mercy just pulled down a very big one.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a big one right there. You can see right here, Davis pulling up with the shot from out there right off the front of the rim. Marquise Morris was able to sneak in there and grab that rebound. And there's the shove, pushing him to the floor.
Titans got the look they wanted. They got a shot from the top from Antoine. Couldn't knock it down, but they'll get a fresh possession. This game certainly hanging in the balance. Titans lead by 1. McFoley needs to inbound, and he gets it to Blackshear, who loses the handle. And Youngstown State takes it away. Quisenberry down to the baseline. Turn and kicks it behind the back. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Youngstown. Detroit Mercy gets it back. Hamrick got a piece of it, but then at the last moment, Youngstown State knocked it away.
Well, Coach Calhoun is going crazy. That was right in front of his bench right there. He's trying to sell it, but he pretty much knows what happened. He's giving the ref an earful, but has to be careful here. He doesn't want to draw a technical foul this amount of time left on the clock.
Youngstown will not foul, nor should they. 46 seconds to go, 18 on the shot clock. Antoine Davis has the basketball for Detroit Mercy. A shot here would give the Titans a great opportunity. Pulls back, gets rid of it to Marquise Moore on the baseline. Runs towards the hoop, needs to get rid of it. Goes to McFoley with 3, 2, flips up the shot, missed it. It should be a shot clock violation. Either way, it's out of bounds, and Youngstown State will have the basketball with the shot clock turned off.
Well, the Titans need to play solid defense right here. There's no question about that. They they got 25 seconds right now to come down, and they got a 1-point lead. And defense is a key factor right now for the Titans to try to win this basketball game.
Titans by 1. They're going to get a timeout in here, and Youngstown State's going to talk about it.
The most important thing right here, I'm more concerned. I think they can get the initial stop, but they got to get that rebound, though. I mean, that's what's been hunting them all game long. If they force a stop right here, they need the defense right now. And I would imagine, they've been going inside, trying to come back out with the basketball. Gerald's got to do a good job to make sure they don't get any easy passes on the inside of that zone right now.
Here we go. Youngstown basketball out to Simmons in the corner. Morgan will launch a 3, and it's good. A 2-point Youngstown State lead with 13 seconds to go, and the last chance for Detroit Mercy. 8 seconds. Antoine Davis, a crossover, will fire a 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound Youngstown State, and a foul on Detroit Mercy with 2.1 seconds to go. Will walk the length of the floor. Antoine Davis was adamant that he was fouled on his try from 3. No whistle, no foul, and Youngstown State will have a chance to put this game away.
Yeah, it's difficult for him to make that call, but Coach Davis is right in front of him. He sees the push-off on the shot. For him to go up and take that shot, he had to be shoved before he shot the basketball. I'd like to see what happened on that shot.
John Sally Jr., the redshirt freshman center, will get the free throws. It's a 1-and-1. And because of that, Detroit Mercy could get a timeout in here and an opportunity to win it.
Right here you can see. See if we can see where
I think he's saying right there before that shot. I think he was saying before he let it go.
Yeah, wasn't much there, though. I don't know if the official can make that call.
Now the Titans need a missed free throw. First one from Sally. He missed it. Rebound. Timeout Detroit Mercy with 1.2 seconds to go. And now Mike Davis will have 1.2 seconds to draw up another play and a last hope for Detroit Mercy.
Well, that's enough time to. It's got to be something that they can get.
Darian King will inbound. Everything riding on this one. You got to throw it in. Titans get it to McFoley, who will hoist from half court. No good. And Youngstown State emerges victorious.
A huge trip for Youngstown State to come in here and to sweep Oakland and Detroit. And they're showing the excitement right now. A team that's, these 2 games right here kind of turning this